Okay, this is actually a reshoot of a Ranty video, which takes some of the energy out of it. It's like I had a head of steam, and then somebody called, and I'm like, oh, okay, I had to stop the video, and now I don't have that head of steam. I don't have that that pissed off adrenaline juice that. Anyhow, it was a Ranty video about providers. And it's not a general rant or anything like that. It's a specific rant, a couple. And it wasn't all bad in the sense that, I had a couple providers be the typical pain in the ass providers, and a couple providers be the good follow-up providers. So, what my complaint usually is with providers is like, it's your freaking patient. It's not like I came out of left field and say, help me with this, it has nothing to pertain to you. I'm just going to take your valuable time, which it is valuable. I mean, they could be in the middle of surgery. It could be, literally elbow up with blood and gore. Okay, I understand, no problem. But don't get pissed off because it's not your patient. It is your patient, dude. I'm really effing sorry. This patient, okay, that one you're saving, this one you saved, but there's a follow-up on this one. Sorry. That's what it is, So I got brushed off by one patient. Not even brushed off. She didn't even acknowledge. Didn't ever, I know she saw it, but didn't even care. Okay. What it is. Day shift problem, right? Second provider actually got pissed off enough to send one of his residents over. It's like, don't message the attending and whatever. And I was like, well, two things with that. One, he's the list, he or she, whatever, is the listed contact. Put another contact up there. Oh, you got to dig for it. I said, no, I don't have to dig for it. If I'm in an emergency situation or what have you, you're going to be the first one to call. Change the system. It's not my, I'm sorry. This is what is the system we have. Bing, bing, bing. I'm not going to dick around with it. I will go a different way. I did get talked to by my manager because he got all bent out of shape. And I was like, what am I saying? She's like, okay, go this way next time or whatever. I said, okay, no problem. You tell me to do that way, I'll do that way. It's not the listed protocol, but I'll do it. You're telling me, no problem. Hey, change it. So, I don't like that. Take responsibility of your patient. Like, just because my shift ends, I clock out. It's still my patient. I help out. Today, same thing. I help my patients, whatever. They're like, oh, you don't have to. I was like, my patients. Take ownership. Grow the F up. I'm sorry. I'll call them out. I don't care. Brain surgeon, podiatrist, psychiatrist, pediatrician. I'll tell you. I say, grow the F up. This is your patient. And the older providers, I would say in general, actually are better with that, shockingly, because they're old guard. But they own their patients. They take ownership and what have you. And they're like, no. They'll go the extra mile and do that. There are some younger ones that do that too. I would say it happens actually more often, but that's because they're greater in number. Percentage-wise, I would say maybe the same. Maybe it just hasn't changed. It's just the frequency. But then to go to the good providers, that like the underling resident that came, the doctor that had to come and explain, hey, you pissed off the attending, blah 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 blah. And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, well, there's no change, or because I was like, no, there is change. This, and he said, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, this is what I detailed. It's in the note. I'm very specific. Take time typing that out, and blah 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 blah. Ding, it's like, please, I'm she's got a 101 fever. I'm not gonna bust your balls. I don't really care unless it's whatever pertinent. We're talking malignant hypothermia or hyper. Sorry, I had 2 hours of sleep. So it's not that. I was like, dude, I'm gonna come with you with a real problem, or at least a perceived problem, and that's what it was, and that's why I wasn't like ringing the doors and calling an RRT. I knew it was a perceived scenario, so it wasn't that in my sense. I wasn't like, crazy about it, and the responding providers were cool about that. The morning guy that did his rounds, also same thing. He's like, "Oh, okay, this is what I help." He said, "Okay, thank you." He's like, the night guy came in. I could tell he got a little chewed out, and I apologized to him, and that put him at ease. So I was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag you out. This is what's going on, and I want to show you. Blah, blah, blah. And we had a chit chat. The morning guy, same thing. But by that time, I already got my butt chewed a little bit by my manager, and I was like, what would you like me to do? And she laughed. She's like, nah, it is right. And the day nurse was also, she was pissed with me because she's more experienced. She was like, those mother, she's like, bah, 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 bah. And I was like, yeah, it's okay, I don't care. She's like, yeah, I was like, nah, it's okay. But, and then we had the APN provider come around also. It was actually a semi-big deal. And I was just like, look, sorry, I ruffled feathers, but this is what would you like me to do? I didn't ring the alarms. I just advised. And I'm sorry I went out of order, but maybe you guys should list your contacts a little better. Make that effort. I'm ringing. There's my punch card. That's I'm the guy on record. That's who you go to with the grief, right? Same thing. That's really my ranty for today. I was just like a little ticked off. I was just like, excuse me, I'm doing my job. Do yours. That's all. So that's it. You want to call it, hand it off to your resident? I had no problem. I just didn't need the attitude to go with that. That's what ticked me off. I noticed I've gained weight lately. I'm up to like over 180. I haven't been this heavy since college. And I was drinking beer then. I don't drink anymore. I haven't really drank in like since college, 30 years. Anyhow, I'm puffy. I'll see you guys. Good luck.